I don't got time. It's all about the vibe, vibe, vibe. Oh, that I got time. I ain't got the booze, stuck with me. Don't come through with bad energy. You ain't with the vibe, vibe, vibe. Don't waste my time, time. Drip, she in my wrist, that's a freezer. Give me assist, give me teamwork, keep it consistent, go the distance.
Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is seasoned with my patterns. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these matches. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. I'ma keep it moving, tryna be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explode this war before I go. And that's some hours in my feng shui. Now it's like work for 10K, all cause it is pen gaming. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights. Hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I stepped on stage, they were like, see the crowd going air, they were like, so I stepped on stage, they were like, ooh yeah, see the crowd going air, they were like, courageous, raised by some Zulu lions, taught to seek dangers, brave and defiant, boy, the Lord was doing favors, blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few, lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehavers,
Well, the skies are clear, the sun is out, but don't be deceived. There's a big-time nip in the air on this crisp autumn day at Lincoln Financial Field. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And that's caught inside the 35. He's on his way. Trying to tiptoe the pylon, but they're going to say he stepped out at the 1-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 78 yards. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Swift is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Off the play fake, Prescott. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost them.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, you know, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Second down, here's Hurts. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were terrific last week in the win over the Rams.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Flush to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. That is caught by Lamb. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to 2 people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down, and don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
Here's a veteran. It's Ronald Jones, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Prescott fires one out wide, complete. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal. Jones will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts going deep here for Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and you can't do it all on one throw.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Prescott. He's going to look deep for more. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Prescott off play action. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to get the football here at their own 23.
For a team who came in here on a healthy winning streak, we're seeing some uncharacteristically bad play thus far. And that streak is definitely in jeopardy if this offense keeps giving the ball away and can't mount a few drives of their own.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 33. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made...
And that's caught inside the 35. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. A big play here for Dallas. 41 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. Flushed out right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. And here's another interception, the 3rd of this first quarter. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But, Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Swift. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. 7-7, our score after 1.
I spy a couple of extra defensive backs on the field for Dallas.
Cowboys in the dime on 3rd. Here's Hurts to throw. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. With it is Brown. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they are trying to create some separation within the division. And look, CD, I know that this is still the first half of the season, but this is a big matchup no matter where it falls, because these are the top 2 teams right now in that division.
And if you can build a bit of a cushion as you head towards the second part of the season, that allows you to survive the expected injuries, potential upset losses, all of those things, and still be in good shape.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On play action, Prescott. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a 1st. This is 3rd down. Well, Prescott, he's going to change things up here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Flush to his right. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's second down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Prescott to throw it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
He's going to look deep for more. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play here for Dallas. 46 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. He'll buy some time right. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 53 yards. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Elliott good on the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now Prescott going to change the play. Throwing again, Prescott on 2nd and 10. He'll find Lamb crossing the formation for the catch. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Now they'll change things up. Moore, the man in motion. Play action now, Prescott. And this is caught. It's Brown. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. From the red zone now, Prescott. Over the middle, complete. It's Moore. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle made at the 10-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ronald Jones in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And only 6 seconds on the clock, so time likely for just one play. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Down the sideline he goes. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach! And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach. We can get it.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. DJ Moore, 44 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone.
And that's caught inside the 30. He's on his way. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his second TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Eagles are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for Watkins. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by Brandon Eccles. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Complete to Jones. He's got room past the 30. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now Dak, he's going to mix it up.
Moore, the man in motion. And with the play clock reading 4, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down.
Here's Prescott. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing. Prescott. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 45-yard line. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Prescott on 1st down. Complete on the quick throw to Moore. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's second down and a yard.
Prescott now. He's going to look deep for more. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. DJ Moore with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Cowboys have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. On first down, Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. They'll look to throw here. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 41. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. On 1st and 10, Prescott. Caught by Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards, the final tally.
That last throw moves him past 27,989 yards for his career, so that means he moves ahead of the blonde bomber, Terry Bradshaw, on the all-time list.
And, boy, he loved to throw it downfield, didn't he? That's why he was the blonde bomber. Remember, he'd throw it downfield to John Stallworth and Lynn Swann. It was gorgeous. Big throws, big plays. Terry Bradshaw.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the third quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. Hollywood Marquise Brown. His 21st touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Hurts eluding the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
The all-pro Micah Parsons there on the tackle.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And worth pointing out, after that last completion, that puts this young quarterback over 10,000 yards passing for his career. And fair to say, he's not done yet.
No doubt about it. He's really just getting started because he's not quite into the prime of his career. So it's likely he's going to hit a few more of these milestones as this career progresses. So let's face it, we'll acknowledge this number, and we'll celebrate the milestones down the road.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. He works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. 2nd down. From the 38 now, here's a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, it's Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown! Dan Arnold, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football. You've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. An inside give to Jones. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll go again to Jones. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Up the middle, Jones. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Cowboys add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. A leap, and he's got it. He got it. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. And his throw's going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Flushed out right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
He's going deep for Brown. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
This complete to Jones. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Prescott here to throw. He'll find Jones again, complete. Room to maneuver at the 35. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
First down, Prescott. He's going to look deep for more. And my goodness, another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Eagles are going to have it here at their own 15. Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Just all around a solid performance, and now they've got the 3-score lead here, Charles. So the final seconds of the 4th quarter.
Yeah, in this one, they've been in control, haven't they? They've earned this victory. No question who the better team was out there in this game. And frankly, the score could have been a lot worse than it was. Give them a lot of credit for how they played in this one.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense.
the love. Brought my inside the club, I got no worries today. I get paid to party on a permanent base. That's true. Only time we link is meet and greet. On and off the jet, cause I got places to be. Alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions. Okay, alright. Business as usual. Usually I wouldn't smile. It costs a couple thousands and millions. And millions and millions and millions.
Yeah. First off, my name Toad, but it's really Tobe Chuku. Got a BM that keep my season, that keep me fruitful. Grew up wearing platinum FUBU on the southwest eating fufu. And the hammer that I keep don't come with nails. That look, I ain't know who Bill Burr was until I met the man. Half my married to the street without a wedding band. I done peeped that all these rappers won't be secondhand. My pop said I'd be the one. I should've bet the man. Yeah, cause I'm way up. The days I these valet stores couldn't pay. Nowadays, all the cake I make us is enough to buy about 100 trucks. From Mercedes, I resage Chukwueze. Then my babies, label hit me trying to sway me. Baby game 2020, you can see it plainly. Can't nobody play me. I kill everything innately. At the helm of the mothership of drip, you can see me leaking. Shh, be quiet, a real speaking. Voice of God, every word I jot. Feel the spirit breathing. Best new artist, but the way I cook, very seasoned. Everything around me moving, like bachata. Usher told me do it my way. Frank Sinatra. Been a shotter, been locked in with my katas. Now I got them raving how I'm big on lines. Hello, Denata. Sheesh. On God, I'm a dog, bro. Need a clergy collar, dodging fleas from you, dog. Adversely, I affect a demon with this God flow. Then put out my queen and yell out bravo. Yeah, we on baby number quattro. Yeah, look like an art show. Yeah, pockets on avocado. I'm like a bird. Let me fly away, Nelly Furtado. Bye.
Know they go thinking I want enough. She keep looking at me like she feeling me. Girl, the way you be moving, the stuff you be doing, you tripping out and it's killing me.
Man, that's what I got, you be tripping. I can't even do it, my girl from Tiffany. Damn, and she tryna cut me off. No, she cannot do it, no, she cannot assist me. Mark your spot, that boy get. Don't send him the car, he finna get blessed on. I get the pay, I'm talking about Benjamin Frank, not talking about the one that you sketch on.
He play dumb, get his gone. Hit a crib, but he loving on red bone. Now I'm hard to reach, I'm about my cheese. Move around with two phones. Move around like an island boy, but it ain't for the head, cause I keep me a vest on. Get down like the Backstreet Boys, cause it make you dance, but you better get your groove on.
And I'm not talking about, but it too strong. Talking, then we get it started. Pull up in the U-Haul, you get your move
and
on.
they know they ain't seeing us. You pull all of your pen in that double cup. Wanna step at yourself, are you good enough? Wanna step at yourself, are you hood enough? If I hear them kids, know you pulling up. And now you laid out, they don't get enough. I'm with your girl in the bedroom, and it sound like shit.
I draw that little boy, ain't no kidding up. Shorty, yo, horsey, I told her they like y'all city, yo. The granny, I had to tell her pick it. You in a feed, now anything under 18, just like met this from the club. She like 5'3", I think it ain't Lydia.
You know we unstoppable, man, it's impossible to stop us. We for sure on the road. Stay to myself, stay off the medium. Chillin', ain't gon' play with the trolls. Going 100 in the I-8, I pray to God we don't lose control. Know I'm on a paper chase, my little whip on cruise control.
the king of crunk. Sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now the new pickup from New England. This is Damian Harris. And he's going to have a Bills first down as he's got this up to the 35-yard line. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
That to the sideline and incomplete. Boy, they're going to say there's a receiver in the area. That was close to grounding, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. You talk about this Miami defense. They were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in, and run 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
Allen to Diggs there for a Buffalo first. The Bills at 2-1 now to start the campaign. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Myles Garrett, the all-pro defensive end, there on the stop. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver routes in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
Allen now looks to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Here's Allen. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down. In motion right is Davis. Play action. Now it's Allen. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond and to run it. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. Happy birthday, got another hit, no flinch, and I tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. She on the class trying to get a nigga. She think I'm a last cause I got a pass with her, and I ain't trying to let her down, but I'm not. If you was trying to settle down, get a fact. Song pull up in the city with a nice jump. Lights off, lights on. Chinese throw the chicken, need a wipe to throw the rice on. Pull up double park with all the ice on. Pick 'em like she running up, she running up. She pay a bill, she it up. 52nd Street, I double down, then I doubled up. 2023, and I'm the only coming up, yeah.
Can't stop till we all locked in. I drop with the whole world spin. Rock when I do like this, it's the big black hole.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the pendants, I'm a diamond in the rough.
24 karat VVs in the stars. Rings going off like Michael with the club. Only one mobbing with designers in the thugs. When we shop fabric on, bring a bottle full of couple platinum records later, still I got the game locked. Cut my lines fresher than Tory Lane's pop. Who got it swerve and is missing every raindrop. Hit him with the then they get their brain swap. Walk around like I'm nigga with the diamonds in the clock. You ain't walking on these.
Autumn has come to upstate New York. Fall colors abound, and we welcome you inside Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's a rematch from last year's AFC wildcard round, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Buffalo Bills. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. In motion right is Davis. Allen going to go to the air right away. Eluding the pressure right. And his first pass is incomplete. You talk about this Miami defense. They've been pretty much a mess against the pass, number 31 in the league.
Theories abound. People have opinions. But too often for this team this season, it's been the big play that's done them in.
Allen again here on 2nd and 10. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. 23 yards the pickup there. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete. The Bills had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they took the tough loss in the opener, CD, but since then they've rebounded to win 2 straight.
And that's exactly what you want to see from your team early on, how they can bounce back from adversity. The Week 1 loss, that absolutely stung. But how about how hard they've worked in the couple of weeks since? And now they're moving back in the right direction.
Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. A big play here for Buffalo, and even 40 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
They run. First carry for Damian Harris. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Harris going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Damian Harris, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. An extra point by Bass, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And Charles, it's not very often an elite back becomes available. They jumped on him. I think they were smart to do so.
I agree, and we hear so often about how the running back position is devalued. But when you have a chance to get one of the truly best, top of his game, you go out and get him.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. They'll run here with Taylor. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Now Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Boy, that was lockdown coverage there. He's scanning for someone to come open. But that was great work to blanket everyone. And in the end, he's just got to throw it away.
They'll try and run. Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Allen looks to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. When you look at this defense, they currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They do go for it. Here's Allen. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
Well, partner, that was a heck of a play right there because there is no chance that he was the primary receiver on that play. Definitely checked it down to him and just said, please, help us out, make a play. And he does and delivers a first down.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. This defense for the Dolphins, they played really well in that win last week against Miami.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Going deep for Diggs. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Damian Harris, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Bills are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. And they'll send Waddle in motion left. Off of play action. Tagovailoa steps away to his left. And got his man complete. Big strides. Look at him go. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Miami. 66 yards.
And normally when you think about huge field-flipping plays like this, it's that shifty slot receiver, that burner on the outside. Not here. That's a tight end doing work down the field. Where's the oxygen mask? He's going to need it after that one. A big, big play.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins have cut it back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there he goes left side. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Again, it's Cook. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
They run with Hines. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Nyheim Hines, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Bills add 6 to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but, Charles, they look up, and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Going up top. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kaiir Elam makes a pick. And the Bills will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return. That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And on the way home for a Bills touchdown. Nyheim Hines with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From his end zone, here's Tremon Smith. And he returns this to the 22. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw caught by Higgins. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That'll go as a pickup of 8. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to Taylor on first down. And it's a fumble. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball.
There he goes, left side. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Here's Hines. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. On play action, Allen. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bills continue to pull away here in this first half. And now before we get to the extra point, remember all touchdowns do have to be confirmed by the replay official. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after knocking through the field goal, here's Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track. Down the numbers. There he goes. Now he's loose at the 40, inside the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Dolphins are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought of a return here for Hines. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it?
Touchdown, Bills! Stephon Diggs, 77 yards, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Here's Bass now for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
The 2 is going to change things up.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Gregory Rousseau able to record his 5th sack of the season. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted.
Tre'Davious White with a pick.
And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter.
And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. In motion, Hill. Play action. Now it's Tua. And he'll just get rid of him.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to pass. Tua. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 30.
He's on his way. Jalen Waddle.
And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Taylor is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Here's Taylor again.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for 2. They'll let Taylor try and run.
And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
On play action, Allen. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 180 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And the Dolphins are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Von Miller just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for Miami. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Tua going to throw. Buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to right the ship. They had a great first half, but the lead has really gone down. Now, you always talk about the adjustment to the adjustment. They've got to adjust right here.
And I think a lot of it is just mentally. Get back to doing what you were doing well in the beginning of the game, but a lot of that is playing with that emotion and that sense of pride and fire that sometimes goes away a little bit when you build up a lead. You think you've got it going, and you also think, At any moment, I can go ahead and go back to the way it was before. You and I both know it's not that easy once you get off the gas a little.
Yeah, they don't want to see this lead diminish anymore. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
24 is the mic. Ready? 24 is the mic. Get in the weight room. Get in the weight room. 24 is the mic.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Flush to his right. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. On play action, here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So the challenge there not successful, and now they'll be left with only 1 timeout. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take over here up near the 40.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Another important 4th quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Diggs going in motion right. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
This is Hines. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. They run again with Hines. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand they're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
His second rushing touchdown on the campaign and fourth overall. And the Bills are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over, and here a late turnover leads to a fourth quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Out of the end zone comes Smith. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change.
He's got a man complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for 28 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And going deep for Hill. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And going deep for Hill. And it'll be intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Bills are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27. Diggs in motion right. They'll try and wind down some clock with Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts. That will be their third and final stoppage as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. Allen going to throw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
He's still on his feet. Inside the 10 and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth-quarter hole. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. 107 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Tua sets up to pass it. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Von Miller able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And now here is another interception. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone at the 15. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal. Cook. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Cook is in. Touchdown, Bills.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Bass on for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Yeah, they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points. A lot of them went on the board. Both offenses were clicking. Charles, these defenses, meanwhile, have a little something to clean up before their next contest.
Yeah, neither end zone had a stop sign in it, did they? I mean, for both sides, visit it, and with frequency. Not fun to be a defensive player, but on the offensive side of the ball, those guys had a blast. One team came away with a victory, even better for them.
So for the Bills, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another home date next week as the Jaguars will come to town. Meanwhile, for Miami, they're going to fall to 3-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.
Back in my ways, missing my girl, I ain't seen her in days. What can I say? I'm out of the baby, trying to get paid. Look what I made. Thousands of people are knowing this Jay. I never change. Can put myself back in that minimum wage. Gotta keep all in this crunch time. Eating these rappers is lunchtime. You the man only sometimes. End your career with a punchline. The industry told me it's the front lines. You never mind. Getting money in my bloodline. Talking on me. Mine. Keep with a rip. Don't want to talk if it ain't about the dip. Made a name for me real quick. Ain't gon' stop till my net worth millions. Going to school, I drop down. They try to read when I drive with the top down. Get me on stage, I rock out. Every day money can't break, go timeouts. Change up quick, they signed already. Tryna hear my line now. Thinking I'm come find out 1v1, you dust like a wide out. Studio been my hideout. Can't shed tears, mama, ain't no cry now. On me, gonna blind out. Get in the team, gotta pass your tryouts. Yeah. Booming this like Metro. Groupies on me, that's fine, don't sweat those. Bend on, keeping my head strong. My dog ain't talking about Petco. Brand new ones, they retros. Live fast, die on stand my headstone. Stop been grown. You ain't getting money, Ben Frank in the friend zone. I ain't never switched up in the family. Be talking to that at me. Gotta watch my wrist, that's classy. I'm a dog to a she nasty. Been about she me. My mama proud she had me. Can't let nobody surpass me. I move to the back like an athlete. Got a little buzz, but these zippers don't chance me. Just take a look at my rap sheet. Independent, man, these can't stand me. Won't stop till I got me a Grammy, a crib with a leg and a whip for my granny. I ain't never